in the cabbage.
Welcome to In the Cabbage. This is crazy.
This is pretty bananas right now that we're actually doing this.
I'm Tommy Swain, Andrew Witt. Please subscribe, please listen, please download, like. And just a reminder, keep swinging. Heyo, welcome back to In the Cabbage. It's your boy Tommy Swain. To my right or your left, Andrew Witt.
What up?
What is up, everyone? It's been a while. We got a lot of updates for you. A lot
Sure
of
do.
great things happen. A lot of unfortunate things have happened,
Sure.
right? Little ups and downs.
Of course.
Oh,
Ain't that life?
Ups and downs, baby.
What's the downs?
Us choking?
Yeah, we kind of choked a little bit.
Not a little choke, but we'll go into it. The weather of the Barstool Classic, but how you been, buddy? How you doing?
Good, man. Good. I mean, just staying busy. Clearly, we've been absent on this pod for far too long, so it's good to be back. And, yeah, man, it's just I feel like we've been running all over the place. Especially the Barstool trips. Were awesome, and just it's a good time to get out and hang with the buddy, you know?
Yeah, man. I think we've been really busy, like work trips, end of the year, Christmas.
Yeah, you're traveling all over the place for work.
Yeah, finally done traveling
Thank God.
for the rest of the year. I know it could feel like a lot of times, but at the same time, it doesn't feel too terrible because I'm only gone like Monday through Wednesday most of the time.
It creates a little bit of a problem though, because we do record in the early stages of the week.
Right.
And then when you're gone Tuesday through like Thursday, that's kind of like the easy route for me to like pop over after work.
For sure.
Because then like Katie wants to do stuff. I'm sure your wife wants to do stuff Monday.
No, Mass is
Then
a
there's-
black cat. She just
then
wants to
there-
be in that room. Hang out and watch TV. But yeah, I mean, we've both been busy, man. This podcast is a fun thing for us. We definitely, I would love for this to blow up still. And that's only going to happen if you like, comment, subscribe, get a part of the Cabbage Heads, we'll put in the best effort we can. I'm going to do the best I can over the next year or so to see if we can maybe gain some more traction, not giving up on it. But it is a tough thing to get done sometimes,
Yeah.
for us.
I think we can be better though too.
100%.
We could be way better.
I mean, it's easy to do a media post or jump in and record with your buddy. We should, keep this a thing. It's great for us. I mean, always an excuse to hang out with my buddy, which I think is how we had it. And
I think that's the reason why we started this thing.
I mean, I think,
Not really, but yeah, it was one of the reasons.
I mean,
sure.
100%. I think we both, when we started this podcast, we were in like drastically different points from last year or 2 years ago when we started this podcast, basically.
How long has it been? Has it been 3 years? Or we're coming up on 3 years, I think.
I think it'd be 2 or 3 years at this point.
I think this is going to be year 3 because we started 2023.
Yeah, I worked at First American when we started the show.
Did you really?
That's why we started the podcast, is because I was working at First American. And
Oh
I
my
was like,
God.
bro, I need an outlet. I need some creative.
Those are dark times for you, dude.
Yeah, towards the end of it got
Yikes.
really tough.
Yikes.
Got really, really tough towards the end of it. And then, I went through 3 different jobs. I've been at my current company for over a year now.
Yeah.
So it's at least been 2.
And you know what? It's for everyone that's grinding out there. I think you're like the perfect example of God. You got to just put your dick to the floor and just grind. Put your head down and just stick it out, gut it out, get the experience. The ball's not going to bounce your way. Just not for a long time. And you got to just like be okay with that. It just seems like life is just not fair and you are aspiring and you want all these things. But good things like you need to grind for, and especially in the corporate world, because there's always something that's going to be more qualified. There's always going to be something that's hiring within whatever weird situation. You get a bad vibe from someone. Sure. I mean, there's many, many things that could happen. And then you get the, like, what am I trying to say? Like the markets could be down, companies could be taking a dip, then no one's hiring. There's so many hurdles for you to jump over, but it is really cool to see you land at this position because we've had a few pods about a year and a half ago when we were religiously talking about a company wanting to dive into and invest in you or us, essentially.
Right.
It's like, we're ready. We're like, hey, can we just get the ball in our hands? And we want control of this situation. We just need some faith.
Yeah, I think a lot of it, like you're totally right. Like I think grinding is a huge part of it, and it's having the knowledge of what you're doing. Like if I look back at my time at First American, I could have been like way better with like the education and the learning of it.
Sure.
And, like dedicating yourself to it, because also you need to like for me, I was always, once I found that the job was worth it, I dedicate myself. And not always is that the case at every corporate event or corporate job you work at. You know, I think sometimes you have to like be dedicated before the job makes it worth it, especially when you're younger. When you're 23 coming into the job force and you're like, I have a college degree, I'm going to come in here.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah,
right?
You're a child.
Yeah.
Like, that's 10 years ago. I feel like I've slightly matured since I was 23. I don't feel like that much different, but you just are in the workforce a lot longer. You're a lot more reliable. You have experience, you know, like when you're 23 years old, you're going to eat shit, and that's okay. Like, hopefully you eat shit at a cool company. That's what I would say. Like, when you're 23, 24, don't chase like the best paying job. Chase something that you want to be in. And if it means you have to eat shit and maybe work 2 jobs to like pay bills or live with your parents for a bit while you work or commute to an industry you want to be in, I think that matters more than like someone making, you know, X amount of dollars.
It's so tough though, because at the same time, you want the job that pays pretty well and you are aspiring to buy a condo, townhome, even like travel, eat like decent restaurants. Like shit's just getting so expensive nowadays. Like,
right.
It's that balance. I think, you know, and I think you do. It makes it all worth the while if you are investing in something that you want to chase, like you said, because you know eventually, and you got to hope and put all your eggs in that basket that it is going to work out for you in that direction. Now, maybe it's different if you're like an artist or you're trying to go into like comedy. Like that's a really tough, niche, talented political field. Like, you know, good luck over there. Art. But like, you know, all like the golf corporate stuff, maybe like in sales, or you want to go and try to like travel and sell technology. I mean, I don't know. There's so many other jobs out there that you can invest in, and you're going to see that return, hopefully, right? You just got to keep that head down and do it. But it's just cool to see you in a position, because I can't remember, me, like personally, I can't remember the last time you've actually said, I like what I do for work.
Yeah, I've
never heard you say that, and you're like, dude, it's great. No complaints. My bosses are awesome. I get to travel. Like, you wanted that like hybrid in and out. You want the freedom. You want the incentives there to excel and do well, and you're going to see that benefit. And as long as you're taking care of your shit, then you can just basically make what you want of it. Yeah, and that's really cool.
It's a really cool situation. Like, no job's perfect too. I think you grow into that. Like, yeah, there's things about like sometimes I'm traveling too much, or sometimes like there's new things we need to do at my job that don't make total sense to me. But like overall, my complaints are very little. And yeah, man, I just kind of fell into this. I was applying to jobs in LinkedIn. I wasn't like specifically looking for this company, and I just started looking at things, I guess, markers for me that after being at a shitty company for a long time and then falling into another shitty company for a short amount of time and then falling into an even shittier company for a shorter amount of time, I guess in every experience that was poor, I learned something that I'm looking for in my next job.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, okay, I want
It's just like a relationship, you know? Like
Kinda.
you're looking for those red flags, and sometimes they're hard to see them, even though they're waving right in front of you.
Like it might be
Ooh,
a
look
hot
at the
blonde
shiny
with
new
big
thing.
tits, but like it's not all what it's made up to be. You know what I mean? And I guess for me, like interviewing with people, even though I had to do like a trillion interviews, and that was annoying.
Yeah.
But it showed me that they care. They're not just doing it because it's something they do, and everyone does it. The people I was interviewing with were there for 15, 20, 13, 10 years. Not something you see all the time. Reviews on Glassdoor were decent. Like the training programs, the incentives, like the testing, like the things like that, I guess, mattered. They invest in their people, and yeah, man, it's great. You know, it's not perfect. It's not a perfect environment, but like I don't know what is. I think even working for yourself, you're gonna find things that you're not in love with.
I mean, it's work at the end of the day.
Yeah, but it's nice to know that like, if I wake up this week, I wasn't like too stressed about going to work. Like I was like, my work week is probably gonna be a bit more mellow. It's the end of the year, not a lot of travel. Just gotta make some sales meetings, which are pretty easy to get for me right now. And that's not always the case, man. You know, like I took a bad sales job. I took another terrible sales job. I guess maybe another thing I've learned, and maybe you learned as well, is there's so many different things. Like someone says an account manager, and maybe they say you're a perfect account manager, right? For me, it was like people told me my whole life, you're a salesman. My whole life, like you should be in sales. Like, well, when I was a kid or I was 23, I thought selling was like briefcase, struggling,
right.
selling, you know, like what you prototypically see. And then you find out like people in sales usually make the most money. And it can be tough, you know, like there's a lot of requirements. That's why they make the money they kind of do at times. I'm not at that position yet. You know, I'm not making a ton of money, but maybe one day if this job keeps going well. But it's something that like you kind of just learn from and you grow from, and you just pick up bits and pieces of, yeah, maybe I wasn't a great salesman of consultants or a product. Maybe I'm not a great product salesman.
Sure.
Some people can sell products all day long. Like they can call and don't mind calling 100 people and sell you a tire iron that's better than any other tire iron you've ever had.
Right.
And I'm not that guy. I'm very much a relationship salesman. Like you put me in a room full of random people, more than likely they're going to find me bearable. And
sure. I mean, that's all you're really looking for.
Right. Like I don't mind this random stranger coming in, having a conversation with me for 30 minutes. Like that wasn't too painful. And I don't mind that like my customers don't mind traveling with me. That's like what relationship sales is. It's like I'm good with my customers. My customers know I'm like responsible, on time. I can talk to their customers. They're not going to be like off-put by it. But there's so many different avenues of sales. So I guess if you fail at one piece of sales, it's like, that's what I thought. I would thought, well, they all lied to me. I'm terrible at sales. And then it made me even more lost. And I guess like being an account manager, maybe
sure,
you're not
because your whole life you're also being told you should sell, you should sell, you should sell, and it's like I can't even fucking hold a job right now,
right?
And
everything
everything sucks,
right? Like every sales job I've had blows. Every manager in sales I've had terrible, like lies, deception, bad numbers, no book. Like I'm like I don't know why everyone thought I could do this. And the same thing goes with like account managers. Maybe you're a great account manager that has to deal with strategic partnerships and you have a really great job at handling partnerships between different people. Maybe you're terrible at that and you're really a great account manager that keeps people ordering or happy or buying more. You're more of a strategic sales, you know, account manager. Because you fail at one piece of it being an account manager doesn't mean you're terrible at being an account manager.
There's so many different avenues.
Yeah.
Tons of different avenues to get into. I like that point. I thought you were going to go maybe in a different direction of jobs that have perks and then cons, but noticing what is resonating with you.
For sure. That's another great thing.
What is important? Like, is it the people that you work with? Is it the money? Is it the freedom? Mm-hmm. Is it the benefits? Is it the location? And then picking and choosing, obviously between all of that stuff, it's just making work a little bit more elevated in a sense that you can, feel like you like where you are, essentially. That's really where I'm at right now, currently.
Right.
Like where you're at, one, and then two, obviously doing the job that you find fulfillment in, and it gives you that fulfillment. And I feel like it's a constant life situation where you're going to be always tweaking, adjusting, learning, all that stuff. But yeah, man, it's just really cool. So you want to bounce on over into Barstool, little golf pod here?
Let's. I would love to do that. I think we're going to probably take up 20 to 30 minutes on the end of the... Have we talked about Japan yet? I'm sure we have.
We have not, dude. The last pod that we did was prior to Japan.
Okay, so let's just jump into quick a little bit up. We'll do a new segment here. I'm going to be transparent for my viewership in my life with sports.
Sure.
I think now I'm a casual golf watcher. I just watch majors. I don't watch every event. I couldn't tell you the top golfers right now, really, outside of the names I know. I watch Lakers, and that's it for basketball. I don't watch college basketball. I'm a Chargers fan, but I would say I'm even like a casual Charger fan at time. I'm not like you. You're much more into it than I am. And I watch a fuck ton of esports. And I know enough to be dangerous to hold a conversation, but I have very casual...
It's a good...
casual takes.
There's far more people that are way more invested than we are. I agree. So roll it out here.
So we're gonna talk. We don't want to stop talking about sports, but if you're coming to in the Cabbage for expert takes on sports, you were on the wrong spot. So we're casuals. If you want to call us casuals in the comments, we're gonna take that as a badge of honor because I have so much shit to watch that I don't have. My life isn't tied up into one team, ride or die. I love USC football. I love it to death. I would not say I'm as into it as my dad or my brother.
Sure.
They are into it. They know players. They know what's going on. I know enough. I would say you're a hardcore Chargers fan.
That's being a little bit generous.
I would say above
average. Yeah, I would say
you're
above average.
You're definitely more than me.
Above average.
You're the biggest Charger fan I know.
So they say a lot about me. You know, just maybe slightly above average.
No, you're much more above average. Those looks alone.
Never heard that.
Lakers fan, I would say.
Lakers fan, sure. Yeah.
And then
you're dialed in way more to the Lakers than I am.
Yeah.
I would say vice versa. And Chargers to the Lakers. So we got our bases covered.
And Ducks, I think we touch on the surface a bit.
A little bit. We got to go to a Ducks game this year,
We're 100% going to a Ducks game.
The Ducks are good,
We're
bro.
100% go. We should maybe make that our 4-week break trip. Maybe go to a Ducks game.
I would love that.
Yeah, so
that would be a blast,
we'll figure out something for that. But yeah, man. So we're gonna still talk about sports, but we're gonna give you our casual takes, and sometimes we'll put some investing in. Sometimes we'll do some research, and there's other times when we're not. And right now, there's not a ton of research, so I'm gonna quickly go over like USC football from the year. We thought we looked good. Lost a couple of games we shouldn't have lost. I think we would have lost to UCLA this last week. Wouldn't have looked great for Lincoln Riley. He's making too much money to fire him at this point. But you can't lose to UCLA. You need to go, double-digit wins for yourself. Couldn't go like 9-4 or whatever it was going to be. 10-3 is fine. Looking good. We have the number 1 recruiting class coming into the next year. And
that's fire.
Yeah.
Number 1 recruiting class or number 1 overall recruiting player?
Number 1 recruiting class. So the next freshmen that are coming in or transfers that are coming into the USC is the number 1 rated out of all of college football.
Damn.
So
Crazy.
There's something going on. Lincoln Riley's starting to figure it out. The play calling looks interesting. We're starting to get some juice. Hopefully he works out. I'm pulling for Oregon. My wife went to school in Oregon for the college football playoff.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw some teams out here for you, and you're going to let me know who you think is going to take it overall, okay? Obviously, Ohio.
Are we moving over to the college football playoffs now?
Yep.
Okay.
We have Ohio at number 2, Indiana number 1, Texas Tech number 4, Georgia number 3, Miami, Old Miss, Tulane. Oregon, JMU, Oklahoma, Alabama, and Texas A&M.
Okay.
So I guess for me, I'm going to pull for my casualness of Oregon. I think after watching Indiana and Ohio play, not a lot of scoring going on, pretty defensive game. And I think if offense is going to be opened up now at this point, I think Oregon has the better offense out of all those teams I just listed.
Yeah.
Who do you think you pull for?
I was shocked. First off, I actually watched a good amount of the Indiana-Ohio State game.
Nice, dude.
On Saturday because we got out and played some golf, and then I locked into some football.
Yeah, you watched it, went back to your place.
Yeah, man. That Indy, I've never watched them before. I am less than a casual football watcher, I would say. College football. I hardly ever tune in. When I'm tuning in, it's USC, and then it's on in the background. But I locked in. I've seen Ohio State play. They're a great football team. I thought, and I still do think that they're going to win the championship.
They did this last year. Lost the Big Ten. Don't have to do a bye week and they get hot.
It's just a novice eyes looking in. It just looks like I just can see they have a great roster, great players. Their quarterback's rock solid. They've been there before. They play hard. But that Indiana football team, man, rock solid. And I love the head coach. I forget his name right now, but he is a boss.
Yeah,
he's a G.
He coached some other program
in D2 or something.
Yeah,
and
got them to the same area. It's the first time Indiana hasn't had a loss on their record since 1940 something.
Yeah, bro. Their first Big Ten title in 70 years.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, it's awesome to see. I love that, what's great about the NIL is it is spreading out talent across other levels. The only thing is if you're not spending money, you are going to be left behind.
Yeah.
So, but what college isn't making money? In my mind, I don't understand.
Sure.
I don't understand how you don't have money.
I think it's just the smaller schools.
Right, but even if you're in the Big 12 at all, you have money.
Yeah.
Even if you're a Duke or North Carolina, South Carolina, these Miami, these schools that aren't known for football, you have money. You have boosters. You definitely collect money in grants for being a college program. You charge children 90, 80, 70K a year for tuition.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, there's money.
There's money in programs.
Yeah.
So if you're not spending money to get players, that's just on your college team.
Yeah. I do think that there is an advantage, though, in general for obviously the more successful programs because they do have more money. But I agree. Yeah, there's money to be made and there's money there and you should spend some money on some players. It's going to be really interesting to see where the NIL is going to go actually after this year and maybe where the college football playoffs are going to go. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of controversy because Notre Dame was left out.
Yeah, no, they're not playing in a bowl game.
They're not playing in the bowl game now?
They yanked out of the bowl game. They said they're not playing the bowl game because they got left out of the college football playoff.
It seems a little childish. I feel like you should still play in the bowl game.
Yeah.
Because that's your last game and if I were the head coach, that would be a crazy move. If I just do that on my own will, I don't see that happening. I wonder if the seniors would be on board with that.
Seniors don't really want to play in it either, I would assume, because Notre Dame's probably played in bowl games, so they've been there before. Maybe the players don't give a shit. They just saying, snap the ball, let's get it. But, if I'm a senior at Notre Dame, I got snubbed from the college football playoffs, I'm looking to get my body healthy and get myself ready for the combine.
What if you're not going to the combine?
Bummer.
There's guys that are middle of the pack. They're just not going to get drafted really,
And then they're not going. Tough.
That's where I was pulling the perspective on.
No, I love it.
Last game.
Yeah, I love that idea. That'd be tough. I wouldn't know.
I guess if you're doing it and you have all your seniors and your players on board with that, yeah, sure, why not? I don't know. It's crazy, but that's the system. If there was a team that should have been left out, who was it?
I mean, you gotta think they have the ACC, and then they have something else behind it called it's the Dukes, the Tulanes, Like
But-
those teams shouldn't be able to get in.
But they win their division.
Right. But like at the same time, it's tough, right? Because if you're trying to be like college basketball, they have infinitely more spaces. So none of the top 20 teams in the college basketball March Madness bracket are left out. You have to like, if you're a top 20 team, you really have to mess up to be left, like not be a part of it. And so like these teams that like are on the outskirts, like the X, Y, and Z, the Deaf and the Blind, Mary School of Joseph, these schools that get in and have runs, it's also very different. Basketball can be like, you have a stellar game, you get super hot, you're shooting threes, and you have a system, you have a team.
I see where you're going with this.
Like college football is infinitely tougher to like. I don't know if Tulane plays Alabama 10 times if they ever beat them.
Yeah.
If there's ever a shot at it.
Yeah.
Because also now these football players have to be at a college for 3 years before they can go pro.
Mm-hmm.
So you're technically building a team where if you're playing at, I don't know, Texas, and you're whatever team from college basketball, you've been playing on the same team for 5 years. You have a system. You understand this is everything for you. You've been working for it for 5 years. And if you're Texas and you're a one and done, you're like maybe not even having to go to college. You're just there for a year because you're kind of stupid and you need to work on some game or something like that. Like you're going to get beat by good teams. And I don't think that's the same thing in college football where like, you know, like a Duke isn't going to beat in Ohio ever.
Yeah.
Like TCU had Quentin Johnston, which was like, you know, an unbelievable college wide receiver, a good quarterback. They surprised some teams, but it's TCU. That's still Texas football.
Yeah.
It's not Tulane.
It kind of came out of nowhere and made it to the championship.
And then they got shit on.
Yeah, he got demolished.
So like
That
it
was a
makes
few
it
years
tough
back.
where you're like, cool, like we're trying really hard to get in the college football playoff just to get.
But they beat Georgia, though.
They beat Georgia. That was stellar, but like Georgia also didn't have a great secondary that year.
Yeah.
A lot of things worked out.
I see where you're going. I don't have the answer. I feel like, yeah, it was just very, very dicey the way that, I don't know.
I think
You can't expand it anymore because you can't play any more games in college football, like for the playoffs, you know?
Yeah, I think this is a good number. I wouldn't mind it going a little bigger just because I'm selfish and I like these types of tournaments for basketball or for football. I think if you're a Duke and you have to win out, you can't lose a single game all year. Like you're playing these shitty colleges, you should not lose a game. Like you gotta go undefeated. Like it would be the same thing if Ohio was playing nobody ranked all year, and then maybe you play a ranked opponent in the top 20, and you beat them. That would be like okay, you should be in over Notre Dame. But if you have the same record as Notre Dame, you haven't really played anyone. Your schedule's you have one less loss. And you get in over Notre Dame, like that doesn't seem very fair to me either.
Sure.
Because I don't think Tulane's beating Notre Dame once either.
What if college football instead of 12 teams now it's 16 and then nobody gets a bye?
I love that. I don't think buys.
Then there's 4 more wild cards, and if the top teams, like you're kind of saying, and I agree with you, one plays 16. One playing 16 is a massive, massive difference.
Yeah, you should be able to throw out like your starting team, beat them by the second half, and rest your starters the second half. That's what it should look like, 1 versus 16. Now, if you can't get the job done.
Or bring in 14 teams, and the top 2 get a bye.
I just don't even know, like, the bye system last year screwed Oregon, too.
Right.
Like, they took they had like 3 weeks off almost.
Yeah, and also their road to the championship was very difficult because they had to go through like Bama and Georgia, I could have sworn.
Yeah, they had to play Ohio after Ohio got hot after a bye week.
Yeah.
And so we won the Big Ten championship last year, Oregon did. And then they got like a bye because they were number 1 seed going into it, and they also won the division, so they got a bye week. So they had like no bowl game, bye week, no play-in, and it was like a 2.5 to 3 week break.
Sure. And you're falling out of game speed at that point.
And then you're coming into a team that's Ohio, who's played, like, they're piss and vinegar. They already played you once. They just played again. They're playing, and football is not like where basketball, maybe you don't play for a week and you go shoot around for an hour and you find your shot again. Football is very much like,
it's a chemistry, timing based, scheme based. Like you got to kind of stay locked in. 1 week off is a huge difference. It's great because you get the body rest. You get some guys back from injuries. Further past that, I feel like you feel like you are gone. Like, yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
The chemistry is not there. The playbook, the timing, all that stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they like increase it to 2 more teams.
Yeah, we'll
because
see.
Like, maybe there are teams that are getting snubbed. I feel for the guys that didn't make it, you know?
Yeah, but maybe Tulane goes out there and proves us wrong. Who knows?
Sure.
We'll be tuning in.
When pigs fly, I guess.
Yeah. Lakers basketball balling out. Luka and Austin Reeves look stellar.
Yeah, man. I haven't watched a damn game. Actually, I take that back. I watched one game. How do you watch your games? You just have cable?
Spectrum Sports app.
Yeah, okay.
Cable.
Okay, I got to just stay locked in there.
Yeah. It's been great. I haven't watched a stellar amount of games this year. We need to add a piece. There's talks about Anthony Davis coming back and trading like Rui, Gabe, somebody else, and a first-round draft pick for...
Whoa, that's a lot of pieces.
I think maybe not first round, but something along that line to get Anthony Davis, which I really like. If you're in a win-now mode, Anthony Davis at power forward, DeAndre Ayton at center, Luka Doncic at point guard, shooting guard, Austin Reeves point guard, shooting guard, and LeBron small forward.
That's a pretty solid team.
That's a pretty good team.
Yeah.
That's old school what Lakers won the championship on. And that's 100% the mold you're going back to. Aiden looks unbelievable for the Lakers. I've always liked him when he was
what
with the
a
Suns.
pickup. We signed him for like $8 million.
Locker room cancer guy.
Which is pennies in basketball.
Yeah, $8 million is like this kid's almost out of contention.
Out of a job, dude.
Right.
Which is wild.
Have you seen that Pat Spencer kid on Golden State at all on Instagram?
No, I have not.
He's like this white kid, 61 year. He's number 61. He's
61 years old.
He's 61 is his number. He's a two-way player. He's had like almost 3 triple doubles in the last 3 games.
Okay.
Kind of talking shit. Got some fire to him. Was a D1 lacrosse player.
Interesting. Love that.
And considered one of the best college players of all time. And decided,
where did this guy come from?
I don't know. And decided not to go pro in like lacrosse and said he wanted to try to give it a shot at basketball.
Said if I just make the team, I can make 30,000 or 30 times the amount of money over here.
Yeah, until lacrosse finally starts figuring out the blow up.
Pick it up. You know, you were following that for a little while.
Yeah, the pro league lacrosse was fire because of Doc. Other than that, brother, I mean, I'm not really watching sports.
Yeah.
Golf is about to start up again, which is gonna be dope.
Yeah, I'm for whatever reason this year just did not have the juice for me.
In what?
PGA.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The live thing really put a damper on viewership, I think, for both sides of the parties.
I do think, though, I think we should maybe segue if we're going more golf. I think we should talk about the Internet Invitational. I think maybe that is
let's
the
talk
reason.
about that.
I think that's one of the reasons why the PGA Tour maybe is not what it used to be. Sure, live. There was one major that was great this year, and that was the Masters because Rory was able to complete his Grand Slam, and that was awesome.
Stellar.
Apart from that,
I couldn't tell you much.
Tommy Fleetwood getting his first win.
Fire.
Right, with the FedEx Cup Championship. I just hope that there's a little bit more fire, a little bit more juice.
Ryder Cup we got shit on.
Yeah, that was bad. I don't know. I don't know what the spark is. I don't have the answer. I don't have the solution. But I'm just more so just going like, hey, I just kind of was out of the golf game a little bit.
I think we've talked about what we think would make it better, and that's what the Internet Invitational did. More golf shots. Need to see more golf shots, more variety
100%.
of players, more golf shots, more camera crew, update it. If a organization that doesn't have half the infrastructure that ESPN does can figure out how to give you multiple golf shots and recordings, I understand it's recorded, I understand it's a playback, you can do it live too. I know you can. There's definitely people who do it. Mics, have caddies be mic'd up so you get some in-game talk. Maybe just let them know from a sign when they're walking by, like, hey, next hole you're going to be mic'd up. Like, give us inside looks. You know, Max Homa did like a couple walking interviews when they were playing Torrey Pines last year.
Yeah. They stayed pretty consistent with that. They did.
We need less commercials, more interesting golf courses, man. The courses this year were so unimpressive. Like,
I feel like that's a whole nother thing that we can uncover because I just feel like the golf that's in the United States right now is just so boring.
Even the European Open this year, wasn't that like, I couldn't even tell you where they played. Wasn't that like visually appealing?
Portrush?
Yeah, wasn't that visually appealing? Where was the US Open held?
I don't know.
Couldn't tell you. Oh, it's Bethpage? No,
that's where the Ryder Cup was held.
Right, and that was
garbage.
Not very visually appealing. It's the one with all the bunkers. With no water. There was U.S. Open was held.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank, but I tell you what, Dove Canyon played more difficult green wise than Bethpage Black did at the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, for the European, brother, we just played Dove Canyon. I think it was like
ridiculous.
Concrete. I mean, it was fun to play, but it was insanely difficult. I think if
I don't want to play one of those courses when I'm going out and playing casual around with my buddies.
No, just give me the nice greens, good speeds. I guess I'm not so into the I'm gonna blow the words. So I'm gonna change it. Masking it. Yeah, I can't even do it.
Wait, no! Don't give up on it.
I'm gonna try one more time.
Let me get you there.
Maskiniscus? No.
Masculine?
Nope. It's like
medicinal.
Almost. Nope. It's getting close to what you're saying. It's almost like a devil word. It's like you like pain. It's it's gonna be a tough one.
I'm not your thesaurus on this one.
No, I appreciate you trying though.
God, we're both talking with marbles in our mouth.
I mean, yeah, you know what? It's 9:00 at night. Your boys are 30-some years old, and if you're at this time, we appreciate you.
Casual takes.
I don't like pain in golf or torturing myself anymore with yardages or insanely. I like playing tough tracks, but I like playing right yardages. Like, I like playing a Pete Dye course still, but, like, I need to not be playing. I remember when we were sucking, we'd play from as far as back as we could possibly play at times. And just get our cheeks clapped.
Yeah. It's tough, man.
So
I don't think we could have played that course at 6,000 yards, and we would have gotten crushed. I
brought my handicap up, which was thankful.
The course was impossible, man.
The course
Anyways,
was really tough.
I really do think just viewership-wise, I thought the Internet Invitational was so good. It was so entertaining because of the amount of shots, the controversy, the characters that we were able to like follow along through YouTube. I feel like this was something that was like a long time coming, and this was like the vision, right? And it was cool to see that vision come true. Sure, lots of like controversy, rules stuff. I don't know. I just thought it was really fun, really refreshing for golf, really like a fun way to view golf.
Yeah.
And it reached a ton of people. I would love to see the numbers on YouTube versus the Masters. Like how, like what, like invitational versus the Masters and what the viewership is like stacking up against one another.
Overall, all the videos combined, it definitely beat the Masters.
You think so?
At peak viewership for sure. The
that's
single
crazy.
episode, I'm not too sure on, you know?
Single ep had like 5-6 mil, like every single one when I was like briefly looking at it.
Peak viewership.
I thought that was really cool. I just wanted to touch on it really quickly because I thought that was awesome. And so
I have no clue how Luke Kwan slept through a tee time.
Wild.
He came out as one of the biggest losers. The cheating stuff was crazy. So peak viewership final round of the Masters was almost 20 mil, 19.5.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That is considered, though.
That's the biggest major.
That is the biggest major. Average final round is about 12.7 million viewers.
For majors?
Key viewership highlights of the U.S. on CBS.
Okay. So we're talking major championship golf. it is doing a 4th YouTube in the Internet Invitational. We have hardly any professional athletes really in there.
Yeah.
Guys that are playing for free, essentially just on YouTube money. So it was really cool to see, and it's only going to get bigger. So they're talking about doing 10 mil next year for the purse instead of $1 million.
Yeah, up the money, more views. So right now, first episode, 3 million, 2 million, 3 million, 3 million, 5 million, 6 million. So they beat them on all the videos combined.
You saying what?
All the views from the Internet Invitational, which is a 6-episode thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you combined all of those videos into one long event, and then out of all the views combined, that is more views than what the Masters received in peak viewership.
Yeah. But that's also just the final round, though, right?
Right.
So you got to make times that by like 3, 2 maybe, because you're for sure locking in for Saturday. Thursday, Friday, you probably have like a third of the viewership. Maybe you're getting like 5 mil. It'd be interesting to see. Anyways, I guess that the whole point is that it made a splash and it was really cool. I love the format. I thought the cut essentially after like every round was like really cool, and the formats, and it kept it really interesting and spicy, and the match play and all that stuff, man.
Yeah, it was cool.
Going over to NFL really quickly, Chargers and the Chiefs and this NFC or in the AFC West, there is a new champion that is going to be crowned this year, and it ain't the Chiefs, and I am fired up for it.
100%, man. Chiefs, I feel bad for. I feel bad for Kelsey.
I don't.
I know. I don't. I love watching dynasties crumble.
They stink.
Yeah, they do stink. They look terrible.
Yeah.
They look terrible. They have wide receivers.
I do respect the dynasty. There's no doubt. I don't mean to slander them because they're sick. Like, it was just annoying watching them just be good for so long.
Yeah.
That's why I'm salty.
No, I get it. Like, it's totally, like, as a Chargers fan, it's not fun to watch them beat us every year and then win the Super Bowl and us not get a shot at it. That's super annoying and not fun at all. But, like, they were a team I would cheer for in the finals almost every time.
Yeah, there's no doubt they are a fun football team to watch. What they were doing with Tyreek Hill and the new offense and all that stuff, I think that was
Ty Mahomes running around was a baller.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, it's nice to see the Chargers come out. I mean, Justin Herbert is an unbelievable quarterback and just an absolute man.
What a horse, dude. Absolutely a stud.
I mean, Chargers might have the worst offensive line in NFL history.
God, so bad. He had surgery a week prior to the game with a broken hand and took more hits in his entire career, more sacks in his entire career in that game, and just gutted it out. I mean, that's putting your balls on the floor, you know? And just, I mean, that earns the respect of a franchise and everyone in the locker room, man. It just speaks volumes without even saying anything, you know?
If you're an offensive lineman, you need to look yourself in the goddamn mirror and wake up.
Oh, my God, man.
You need to go and wake the fuck up if you're a Chargers offensive lineman. You are only going to win football games by the sheer talent of Justin Herbert right now. And your defense. Your defense looks unbelievable. I mean, look, Jalen Hurts look like a below-average quarterback. 4 picks.
Made him look bad, bro. He had 5 turnovers in a game.
Yeah.
That's really tough.
And I get it. I feel bad for the Eagles in the way of, like, A.J. Brown just forcing them to throw the ball. Just because he's complaining so much, they have to force feed him, which is putting them in awful situations.
I hate we've bashed on AJ Brown multiple times on this pod already, but I really do not like that man.
No, and I think he should go to a team and have them throw the ball 1,000 times to him with a quarterback who is known for throwing the ball. Jalen Hurts can throw the rock. There's no doubt about it. He is not going to be a pass first always quarterback. He's not a Joe Burrow. He's not a Patty Mahomes. He's not a Justin Herbert. He is like a guy who works the offense.
Yeah.
He is a general on the field. He needs to run the ball, he'll run the ball. If he needs to hand it off more, he'll hand it off more. He's not going to throw 40-yard bombs, 50-yard bombs, 30-yard bombs. He's going to hit you on curl routes. There's a couple times I was watching him, he missed wide open throws.
Yeah, it was tough to see.
Like wide open guys in the middle of the field that he couldn't get the ball to. But
Where it's shocking though, because there was a play that Justin Herbert didn't make, and it was very blatant, and it caught me off guard. It was that out route to Gadsden, like in the fourth quarter, and I was like, "Oh my God, what the hell just happened?"
Right.
That's a constant that you see for a lot of quarterbacks. They just airmail or just, whatever. They don't want to like take a hit at the same time and make the play. I agree. It is rare to get one of those like quarterbacks, but that's just not Jalen Hurts. And like AJ Brown is a great receiver, and you just need to play your role. And when you have time to step up and make a play, make the play. If you're gonna cry and bitch, make the play when the ball comes to you, because there were 2 opportunities where he could have made a play. One was a touchdown that he kind of dropped. It was great defense. And then there was another one he could have caught for a first down late in the game, bitched out on it, and put his hands down, tipped it, Chargers, interception, going the other direction. So it's like, bro, pick a side.
Right.
Pick a side. If you're going to talk the big game, then be the monster on the field.
Right.
When
be
the
AJ
ball,
Brown.
When the ball comes your way, make the damn play, and don't cower it away from all that stuff. Make them throw the ball to you more, because you're doing great things when it comes your way. I don't know. That's just my take on it. It's crazy when he's just complaining. And he's got like back-to-back 3 like 100-yard receiving games, and they've dropped 3 games in a row. So it's like,
So now you have 100 yards receiving, and we've lost 3 in a row now.
Congratulations. Do you feel better?
Like you got in the ball. I think Coach Sirianni is almost doing it as a point.
That's an interesting take, and I'm here for it.
Because the Eagles are going to make the playoffs, and they're going to be a threat in the playoffs. They're going to fire their offensive coordinator at the end of the year. They need a new offensive coordinator. It doesn't look good.
Nick Sirianni apparently had more of a hand on the playbook this week.
And, maybe that's why the ball is being hucked around a bit more. I think if, Sirianni is a psychopath, he coaches the Eagles, like, I bet you he's like, we're going to throw the rock, and we'll live and die by throwing the rock, and then we'll see what's going on and show you that it's not possible, and we're going to have to go back to Barkley.
Yeah. But their offensive line is not the same, though, too, so you just, I feel like they're a little in disarray. I have an interesting take here, and I want to throw it out, because I'm wondering if it's going to maybe the NFL. We rewind a few years where the Chiefs and Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes changed the game with their speed and spreading the ball around the field, having a lot of utility guys. I see the NFL now moving the other direction, away from that, similar to like the NBA kind of does, right?
There's always waves of offense and stuff like that.
The waves of like what is like working, and like right now in the NBA, it's like OKC, where everyone's like a two-way player, everyone's clamps, everyone can shoot, and like there's not anyone that's like massively dominant.
And mid-range is key.
And mid-range is like balling right now.
Right.
But before, that was not the case at all. So anyways, there's all of these ebbs and flows in sports. And right now, I see the shift in the NFL with the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears, meaning they and the Colts. Those are like some of the teams that are like finding this new wave of gashing teams for like 8 yards of rushing every single play, running crazy different new concepts, tons of motion, big physical offensive linemen, just moving people out of the way. And I think the game was chasing a lot of like the Chiefs, where like Fred Warner, middle linebacker, was so important to have those guys that can go edge to edge of the field, because you need to actually like, defend, receivers and cover a lot of ground. Well, some of those guys are not Fred Warner, obviously, in their speed, but they can't fill the hole and tackle the ball downhill. And I think you're seeing a big pickup in the running game these days, where Jahmyr Gibbs is just gashing people for just hundreds of yards. Saquon Barkley did it last year. Eagles don't have the same offensive line, but now you're looking over at Jonathan Taylor, Colts have a unbelievable physical line, great run concepts, young coach that just like understands space concepts, moving people around. I see the NFL moving in that direction actually in the next like couple years because everyone's moving to that cover 2 look on defense where like they're spreading the defense so much where like the middle of the field is just not being covered as much, not as many people in the box. And I think teams are just exploiting that. And then you can run so much more play action off of that when you're trying to chase all these big offensive linemen from pushing you around. Well, you don't have the personnel to match up against that. So what you got to do is load the box, and that's when you get the play action. So you get that like back and forth thing. I think that's why the Bears are having so much success, crazy as it is. Their defense is bad, but I think it's a lot about what Ben Johnson is seeing on the field and where it's going. But that's just that's a take that I just wanted to throw out there.
I like that, man. I think, maybe you're right. Maybe the NFL is moving more towards like old school football. We're running the rock, but we're going to maybe switch up the look, be a little bit more modern with it.
Exactly.
And, it's hard to do play action pass when you're in shotgun formation 90% of the time.
Yeah.
If you're underneath center, it's much easier to do a play action pass. And I think these gash plays that we're talking about are going to be huge where Chiefs were button hook under routes, run, button hooks under routes, run, Tyreek Hill for a huge bomb because you have to move so far up to stop giving these little quick plays and passes. Mm-hmm. Then you hit him over the top with a deep one. Now it's like run the ball,
exactly.
Play action, 1 yard one, we're going for it so the drive stays alive. And then you have like wide receivers who are big and physical that are sure-handed, that aren't these like quick twitch, catch the ball in open space, make a bunch of moves. It's like, these dominant, bigger wide receivers right now.
I agree. Because I do think the personnel on defense has adjusted to speed, mm-hmm. and flying up the field and all these like quick hitch routes and stuff like that. How many wide receiver screens do you see in the NFL now?
Yeah, I mean, they were always terrible. From day one, the wide receiver screens never worked.
Right.
It's only been like if you're throwing to Reggie Bush on a wide receiver screen, which they used to do at some points. It was like that would be the only way it worked at USC. But yeah, man, it's cool to see the football thing changing. I would love to see. I think defense is getting better too.
Agreed.
Defenses they're going to have to get bigger and more physical so this offensive run doesn't, keep happening, and coaches are starting to be really interesting with play calling. I think a lot of it has to do with development of players in college. So they don't always run a pro style offense, and they come to the NFL and they don't sit in one program for a while and they don't really learn an offensive book, and there's always these quick schemes. But every college team, if you watch, always has, besides maybe like Ohio, maybe Alabama, they don't really have a lot of interesting looks to them, where most college teams try to motion and fake handoff and run the ball traditionally and weird passes and try to disguise things because in college it's easier to fool you. I think the NFL is going to be similar in that way until you get into the later stages of elite players. But motioning and throwing players off, and I think that's all really relevant.
Sure. You can see any kind of information that you can give your quarterback is huge. Stellar. Yeah.
I think we're going to do a quick Japan overview.
I like it.
Then we'll get into the Barstool. I'm going to ask you some questions here, and I want you to give me a quick synopsis of your overview trip of Japan.
Okay. Fire off, baby.
Okay. Favorite thing you ate in all of Japan? And where was it? And what'd you get?
I got to have two.
That's fine.
I got to have two. One, I was in Osaka. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, I didn't have any reservations besides two places. Mm-hmm. Obviously, those places were unbelievable because they were a little bit of the higher end, because normally we just went around from shop to shop. But I went to Osaka, Dontonbori, which is their main hub and a canal situation, and we just pop our head into a Japanese curry restaurant, and I had the most unbelievable Japanese curry for $4-5, and it just blew my fucking face hair back.
Yeah,
I mean, I still think about that bowl of curry.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I just pork, cutlet, deep fried, panko, spicy Japanese curry. If you guys haven't had Japanese curry, go and find a good spot, because like, let me tell you, it is the best gravy and rice that you'll ever have in your entire life. I
agree.
Man. It's so good.
Yeah, it's absolutely fire.
Now, that's probably debatable, because if I were to go to Thailand, then I would have a really, really difficult time. Or if I go to India, I have a really difficult time with those curries.
Yeah, I don't know about India.
India is my least favorite curry. That's just me. But also, I don't know if I've had really, really great curry before, like Indian curry. I much prefer Thai, but Japanese is my favorite.
Yeah.
When you showed me Japanese curry at the Irvine place, you were like, yeah, we got to check out this place. And that was when we were working at First American. We walk over there. That was solid. But this place took curry to a whole nother level, and I didn't even know it could go. I don't know what they put in there. I needed to like look what was happening in the kitchen, because I have no idea how to recreate it. I bought some like Japanese curry cubes. I need to do a bunch of recipe testing. So for the price and being unexpected and it was just unbelievable. You just order on a fucking iPad and just, hey, boop, bring it out to you. Here you go.
Stellar.
Here's your little thing. Here's your little sauces, and you pour your own water and get the heck out of here whenever you want to. Mm-hmm. You're in and out of there in like 30 minutes, right? Because they serve one thing.
Right.
It's great. That and then the omakase was so cool, so awesome. Have never really tasted fish in that sense where everyone says, oh, it tastes so fresh. I never knew what that meant. How do you, like, I guess you can kind of tell like in a vegetable or like in a protein, right? Like I've never had fish like that was carved up like a few hours ago, essentially.
Yeah.
Salmon, shrimp, all raw, right? Tuna. It kind of all just tasted super clean is like the best way that I can describe it.
Yeah.
For everyone out there. I just didn't understand what fresh meant. It just meant it was super clean and not fishy at all. And it didn't really taste that much like I'm eating tuna or I'm eating shrimp or I'm eating salmon, right? Like it kind of was more of just a texture thing, because everything was very, very clean tasting and simple. And the experience as a whole was just so cool. Because
what was the weirdest piece of fish you got served during that omakase?
I think it was mackerel.
Yeah.
That was like, I think maybe cured or something, because it was much, much firmer and way fishier than anything else that I ate. I ate some uni. Uni was fire.
Expensive.
It's really expensive. But dude, omakase, all you can eat, $75.
Stellar.
And you had one chef, 8 seats, and he just made each roll hand by hand and then just gave it to you. And you just took it out of his hand and just boop, straight in your mouth. Fresh wasabi there too.
Fire.
That also was very, very mild. Have you had fresh wasabi before?
No, I've never had fresh wasabi.
Nothing like the canned, jarred stuff. Like I don't even know how to describe it other than it's way, way more mild and more of an aromatic taste and sensation. Yeah. And I'm like, load that bitch up, like put a whole bunch on it. I want to know what this thing tastes like kind of thing. It's very subtle. It's almost like if you're adding like a condiment to accent something of the food, but you can't really pinpoint like what that is. I don't know. That's just kind of my description of it. So yeah, those are my 2 favorite bites, man.
Awesome. What was your favorite stop in Japan?
Kyoto. Yeah, I got to do Kyoto as a city as a whole, because it was just so traditional in a sense of the architecture. Really, really cool. Very homey. A lot of like knick-knack shops. Very water-based. A lot of temples. But it's so tough that because every place that we went to had its own perks and great experiences. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Favorite hotel you stayed at?
This is another tough one too, because every hotel was awesome. I mean, you're asking me impossible questions here.
Right.
Because the trip was just unbelievable. And I guess if I had to like choose, the most unique was in Hakone. That is towards the base-ish of Mount Fuji, sort of in that area. So away from the coast. It was up above sea level. My guess would be like 3,000 to 4,000 feet. A little bit cooler, but it was on natural hot springs. So the whole hotel was at night just has a bunch of like fog and mist from rising up from the ground, and it's like in all the quad area of like the hotel.
So cool.
Just from the natural hot springs and the steam. And we had a private onsen that was on our deck.
Yeah.
And that was really cool because then it was like, it's raining, it's cool outside, you can shower out there. But this onsen bathtub, if you will, would fill up with the spring water from the
natural springs.
from the natural springs, right?
Which sounds like such a vibe.
It's super vibey.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So most unique and cool, I would for sure say that. Thank God, because Oconee was a little bit of a sleepy town. And so at night we're just like, what are we supposed to do? Like everything's closed at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. And it was fine.
Sure.
It was honestly, we needed that because we're walking around like the entire Japan city like every single day. It was really nice to get like a 2-day recovery recharge before we start hitting more cities. But yeah, what else do you want to know? Bullet Train chalks up to what it is.
Fire.
It's awesome. Crazy confusing though.
Yeah,
that is the one thing where I'm just like, I have no idea. I walk over to the attendant and said, please help.
And they were like, here's what you got to do.
Yeah, and they're super accommodating. Everyone's wearing like a lanyard around their neck for translation. So you're just like talking back and forth. I had my watch with the Translate app and everything. Very seamless. But final thoughts.
Yeah,
it is
overall.
It is a must-go destination. It's not overhyped at all. And like I thought it was like I try to like temper my expectations because the last thing I wanted to do was is to go there and be a little disappointed.
For sure.
And like not live up to the hype. It 100% does. It is so cool.
Yeah.
Everyone is unbelievably nice. Like almost to the point where it stands out to you nice. Just having a conversation where I was trying to explain the culture to a Japanese person, and they're like, what's the coolest, what's the funnest thing, what's something that stands out to you the most, like what we're talking about right now? And I'm like, honestly, it's just like the day-to-day person, and it's hard for you guys to wrap your head around that because that's just who you are. Mm-hmm. But you come over to America and you got to have like your head on a swivel if you're walking down an alleyway. That's not the case over there. Like everyone, like it's ultra clean. You can expect the best intentions out of people over there, where here you can do the same, but it might get you in trouble and gullible and get you in a bad situation, right?
I think it's tough because there's areas in the United States where maybe you could expect the best.
Of course.
And it can be clean. I think it's tough because, you think of the United States and you think major cities, like you can't do that in LA. Can't leave your car locked in LA.
No.
Can't walk around at night as a girl and not have your senses about you.
Right.
Like people are looking to fuck you over most of the time. LA, New York, Miami.
I mean, I'm talking like downtown middle of Tokyo.
Right.
In Shibuya Crossing. Like
Totally fine.
Totally fine. Totally fine. And we're on public transportation. Like it was never even crossed my mind that we needed to be like a little bit like be on our case here.
For sure.
It totally lives it up to the hype, and it is not crazy expensive. The food is just life-changing. It's so good. It makes you like a little sad when you come back over here. Like, damn, dude, this is just crazy what restaurants are able to do for the price that you're able to buy them at in such a developed, large, big city that's modern. It just lives up to the hype, and it's really cool. Katie and I already joked, just like, when are we going back, kind of a thing. And I'm like,
for sure.
If I have a chance to travel again, that's a really tough decision because I would love to go back to Japan. Oh my God.
Right.
But there's so many other places in the world that would be really cool to go and visit. And plus, traveling's like kind of expensive too. It's also the flight, not bad.
Yeah,
not
I think
bad at all.
Australia maybe is obviously the worst of the two.
For what? For like traveling purposes?
Yeah, flight wise.
Yeah, Australia's. I think like my aunt actually went. She said like 24 hours.
Right. I guess like that's why I thought Japan was, but that's not the case, right? Japan is.
It was 11 hours there, and then with the tailwinds on the way back, 9 hours. That's it.
That's not that bad.
Dude, honestly, I feel like I was traveling like literally halfway across the world. I was expecting 14 to 16 hours easy. And on the way back, yeah, we'd be landing about like, we were projected a 1 p.m. like land. And I'm like, the hell, dude? That's in like 9 hours. Like,
right.
Flight time, 9 hours and 10 minutes. Yeah, it was shocking.
Crazy. Mm-hmm. I'm so hyped for you, man. It's always so cool to hear about it. We talked a good amount about it on the way to our Barstool. But wanted to give you the opportunity to jack the people up about Japan because, it's always fun to talk about a trip and it's cool when people care to talk about a trip with you too. Mm-hmm. Right? Sometimes you come back and you talk about a trip and people's eyes start to glaze over and you're like, fuck, overdid it, But,
that's so true.
Yeah.
But because you're obviously not, the person that you're talking to obviously didn't do the trip with you, but you're so jazzed about it.
Right. You want to get into it.
Yeah. So anyways, we took a ton of pictures.
Fuck yeah.
And Katie's actually working on like a little scrapbook type situation.
Right. We did that for Scotland and Ireland for us too.
Yeah. Nice. You got to show me that actually. That'd be sick.
Yeah. It's somewhere behind me in my bookcase over here that I don't ever use or touch.
Are those real books?
Yeah, they're real books. A lot of them are cookbooks. A lot of them are cookbooks that I've thumbed through.
Yeah.
I had this fun idea that like Mass would go through these cookbooks and pick something out of them, and no matter what she picked, I'd make out of it.
Yeah,
we had a lot of work.
We had that too. We had that same thought, and we're like, hey, we'll do that on Sunday. We'll pick something out on like Wednesday, and that'll be our Sunday meal. And we've never done it.
It's just so much work.
Yeah,
it's so also much work.
Just following a recipe, it creates the experience. It takes way longer because you have to read the thing, you have to measure everything. Like it's a nightmare.
Yeah,
it's something that I'm not here to like follow instructions in the kitchen. I kind of know we know what we're doing.
I think
let me whip
what you're doing.
Let me whip.
Yeah.
Let me watch a video and then I'll just figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, you're very good at that. All right, buddy. I think we should take the time now to talk about the Barstool Classic.
Yeah. You take it away here, but we're over an hour already.
That's fine. It's a podcast. We could talk about it a little bit. I think we give the people the justice in the Barstool Classic, and then we'll call it quits.
Yeah, figure out your weather next time.
Yeah, I think that was no. I mean, I think that was the overarching theme of the trip for us. The Barstool Classic was held in Scottsdale, Arizona, at a course called Greyhawk. They have two courses there. You either play Raptor or Talon. You play both, and I guess we went out there early. We went and left on a Saturday morning. Played a practice round on Sunday. There was a welcome dinner on Monday, round Tuesday, round Wednesday. We went home Wednesday night. Weather was terrible. The worst I've seen it rain in California in a very long time, let alone I've ever seen in Arizona.
Yeah.
I mean, not just rain, like someone turned a shower on and it was raining.
It was even hailing at one point too.
Yeah. So we've never really I've played golf casually in the rain. I was not prepared as well as we should have been for what we thought was going to be. Now, granted, the weather kept changing and getting pushed around. It was really light at times, really strong at times.
I was going to say, it did a complete 180 on us. Tuesday was supposed to be the much lighter day. That was by far the heavier day of rain. And Wednesday ended up being much lighter, thank goodness. But it was just, we weren't ready for the vice versa situation because we were planning on Wednesday being the heavier day, Tuesday being the lighter day.
Right.
And bro, I mean, like, you were soaked head to toe after hole 3.
Yeah.
Sopping wet. water droplets like coming off your hat when you're putting, kind of like soaking wet, dude.
Yeah, just give you guys some insight on that.
Like it was tough. And so if we had Wednesday's rain on Tuesday, like we thought, like the Weather Channel was supposed to like, was telling us, we probably would have like said, ooh, maybe we should get like a jacket. Ooh, maybe we should go get a poncho. Maybe we could be a little bit more ready for this.
I also didn't
for the following day.
It was going to be, because the rain was also supposed to come later in the afternoon. It was just, all the weather was changing. We were just so jacked up to get out there. I think we were just so excited and tried to be so optimal with the trip that maybe we could have done a better job of being a bit more chill during it. I thought the workout was great. Wouldn't have changed that. I didn't think we worked out too hard. Just maybe it was just too much in one day. Maybe we should have worked out the next day or something like that and gone a little lighter. Just felt like every moment we had to like go and do something.
Yeah, it did feel like we barely chilled.
Yeah, like it just felt like we got there, we got food, we made food, like, which was all super fun to do the first night, but maybe we could have made it easier on ourselves and just got something.
Yeah, the food we were slinging out though was
stellar.
Was fire.
Yeah, of course it was, and I know we love doing that. I think if we do it in the future and we do a golf trip like this and we're playing in a tournament like this, we should try our best to like work out still, but like make things easier on ourselves, like one meal.
Yeah.
Go Chipotle.
Yeah.
Like
make a huge batch of pasta bolognese. Right.
Do something where it's a little
scale very easily.
Yeah, or bring it with us. Make pasta beforehand so you don't have to make it when you get there.
Yeah.
Just things like that, I guess, could have been beneficial for us. I don't know what you think about the workout. Was it too much?
I liked it.
I didn't mind it.
I didn't mind it at all. I think it was something that was very, very good. Especially when you're sitting in the car for that long, like you need to get out and move. Like you have to.
Yeah, we had the crazy drive from Arizona.
There were cars flipped upside down. I feared for
us.
I feared for you, honestly. I was like, I do not want to be driving. There was a few points where the windshield wipers did fuck all. They were not moving any water.
And this is in an area that doesn't rain.
Right.
Like we're in Palm Springs where it does not rain. Maybe 5 times a year.
It was also the first rain of the year as well.
Yeah, it was just... So the roads are really slippery. People in California don't know how to drive in the rain. The drive to Arizona already is long. It's like 6 hours, which you don't really realize until you're driving it. Like you get to Vegas in like 3 hours 45 at times.
Yeah, and you're like, I'm itching to get out of the car.
We took 7 hours.
I think it was longer, dude. I think
8 hours.
We left at 9:30 in the morning, and we got back into our Airbnb
at 6 o'clock. 5:30.
No, I thought it was later, dude. I thought it was like 7.
Yeah, something like that. Where it was just like we got out of the car, and we were both like, "Fuck!" They just put us so far behind what we thought we were gonna do. Because we were going to go grocery shopping.
Oh, I'm sorry. After grocery shopping, it was like 8 or whatever.
9 o'clock.
Yeah. Once we got there, yes, you're right. It was like 5:30.
Which we thought we'd have groceries
6.
done, making dinner, working
by that
out,
time.
Vibing.
Red 6.
Watching college football.
Yeah. We even asked for early check-in at one point, right?
Because we're we're going to leave at 9. We'll be there at 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. Mm-hmm. Maybe 4 o'clock latest.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to make a stop because we were hungry.
Yeah. We also need to, for our sanity, we got to get out of the car
I think it was a great call.
For 20 minutes, dude.
It just started off tough. Practice round wasn't stellar from either of us, which was fine, but it didn't boast a lot of confidence. I was hitting the ball okay. You were really struggling with your driver, but everything else was working really well, which was fine. Your back was a little sore, I think, most of all that day.
Yeah.
Just because of the workout, the car, the X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
So I don't know if like even that course was even that like good of a practice for us.
It wasn't really. like looking back on it, we should have just played Greyhawk, but like I didn't really.
I didn't want to spend $300 to play Greyhawk.
No, I didn't either. It's so expensive.
I wouldn't have done that. I would have said maybe we should have played something that was like Raven would have been a good comparison.
Sure. Just for the reps. Just get us out there cheap reps. Let us go bash some golf balls for a long time.
But like Papago was fun. It's always a cool vibe for us because of the history of it.
It is a sick course.
It's a fun time. It was fine to play. It just didn't bode a lot of confidence. Then we got ready for the fucking week, man. You know, you had work on Monday. I just farted around. I went to the golf course early to try to go roll some putts in a hoodie.
That was too funny.
And like my shitty shoes and like shitty pants, no hat. Like in retrospect, like, yeah, I probably would have told me no as well. But
it was also like it was hoodie weather though.
Yeah, and I walked and I
it's not like you're rolling out there with flip flops and sweatpants, dude.
Right.
You're like you had pants, you had shoes, you had a sweatshirt on. Like
I didn't have my golf shoes on. I had but either way, it should have been fine. And walked into the pros. The first people told me no. Told me, hey, can I just go to the pro shop to see some shit? Walked in there, asked them. Got one guy to tell me yes. And then as I was ready to go walk out and putt, some other guy asked me if I had a polo on. And I said no. Wasn't in the mood for lying. And he's like, okay, well, I can't let you out there. After his partner who sat right next to him said yes. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go head out. Got some fire-ass coffee. And we got ready for the welcome dinner, which was a great time. Met some really nice guys there. Watched some football. Hit some sports bets.
Yeah, that was big time.
Decent food. Gotta say what's up to Riggs, Frankie, and Trent, which was nice.
That was awesome.
Gotta have like a quick conversation. Everyone gave us the time of day. We kind of went a little later, so maybe they were trying to pack up. But Frankie gave us a great little spot there to talk to him a little bit. They're very active in the whole Barstool thing, too. It wasn't like they were just hiding away. We got to say hi to him multiple times. What's up?
Yeah.
So that was all of it was awesome. Overall thoughts before we get into like individual play. The Barstool Classic itself was an awesome event. Highly recommend if you can play in the Barstool Classic qualifier. Even the qualifier was a fun tournament. We're going to be doing it again next year, giving it another shot.
I mean, crazy though. Like I love the first initial tournament almost just as much as the second one. The second one just felt like a bonus to me. And it's all fun, but like as far as the golf and like the anticipation of the event, the first one was the one I was actually most nervous about.
For sure. Like my nerves are way higher. Like I wasn't as nervous on the first tee for the championship as I was for the first tee.
My shit was shaking, dude.
Of our qualifier, which I think is a great time. Like, you know, me and Andrew were talking about it, and I think it's a tournament we'll always play in now. As long as it has like courses that are worth it in our area. If it's not worth it, we won't do it. But if you think about it, like we got hats, cigars, you won money. We got like a polo. We got lunch. We had drinks. We had drinks after. We had like
there's breakfast there too. They gave
coffee.
us a Theragun thing, like a massage ball, towels. I don't know if you said hats.
Oh, we got a hat.
We got a backpack.
Like that's just for the qualifier, and we played a private golf course.
Yeah,
that we couldn't get on normally.
Yeah, and yeah, sure.
So for the price of $750, yeah, that's expensive. Yeah, it's a lot of money.
But you're thinking like, dude, golf alone is going to be $300 for one of those courses.
Easy.
Right.
Easy.
Golf is not cheap anymore, man. It's crazy. So yes, it's a lot of money to fork over, but it's a great, great event because of everything that they roll out for you.
And you happen to qualify?
Right.
Then you get the second part of our trip into Arizona, we didn't spend nearly as much money as we did, I mean, even in Vegas. I thought we probably spent the same amount of money in Vegas without paying for the tournament like that we did that whole weekend in Arizona. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, they make it very affordable. Dinner twice, breakfast every day, lunch. I mean, there was food on every hole.
Yeah, bro. They had like 3 taco stands on like the second round.
Yeah.
And on the first round, they had, I think, 2 or 3 burger and chicken sandwich chicken sliders.
Spots.
Yeah.
Fire.
Dude, great.
Tacos were great. Like the people we played with were stellar.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more there. The people that are at those events are awesome.
For the most part. There's some guys out there that are Barneys and you don't really want to be teed up with them. But for the most part, we had stellar guys.
Yeah, we didn't miss. And that's big. That really adds to the whole experience.
So overall, pull the trigger, go do it. Getting into a bit more of the play in the golf course, to be honest about Wolf Creek.
You mean Raptor and Greyhawk?
Sorry, my bad. Raptor, Greyhawk, and Talon. Greyhawk as a whole, very cool course. I would not pay the money to play that course that they're asking.
Yeah, it's a very, very difficult. Which course did you like more, actually?
I liked Greyhawk.
Talon?
Raptor more.
You liked Raptor more?
Yeah, I thought Talon was more visually appealing, but I also thought there was some more fuckery going on with Talon.
Yeah, I was going to say visually, I like Talon more, actually.
Yeah, but playable, I liked Raptor more. I thought Raptor was infinitely more playable.
Which I'm bummed about because I did not have my best stuff for Raptor, and I was bumming. You just didn't have me like at all that first day.
I mean, that's, it might feel that way. So we end up shooting 5 under net. We won't go through hole by hole with you, but the boys were grinding. I mean, like Andrew was saying, hole 3, rain off the hat. I'm drenched. Like, it was so hard to play golf in that weather that, like, after when I got back into the hotel room or our Airbnb to shower, I just laid in the bathtub for like a good 5 to 6 minutes of just hot water, just to kind of like
bring you back to life a little bit.
A little bit, man, because it was a war out there. Like, we were fighting for every shot. We got hot in the back 9. We stayed, I think, 1 under.
Sure. It's also cart path only as well. So,
oh my God.
I mean, that's not a big deal, but when it's raining, that's kind of a big deal because now you're having to. You can't drive. I mean, there were plenty of times where I hit the golf ball on the opposite side of the cart path. So I'm lugging my bag through the desert looking for my golf ball. It just adds a lot more just stress and adversity to the round that is, quite frankly, just exhausting because you're trying to play right and conscious golf. So like you're being very cognizant of like who you're playing with the other, because they're competing, they're trying to shoot low. The pace of play was also just incredibly slow. I mean, like we found out later, actually, we played with the guys like on the second round that there was an accident.
Yeah, we found out what was going on.
Right. And so that obviously didn't know that. But at the time, you're just like, we're grinding out here. This is a 6-hour round in the rain. And I'm sure the rain didn't help, the accident help, whatever. But like, again, it adds to the stress of the round where it feels like, bro.
I feel like a war. We almost played like a 6-hour round.
Dude, it was 6 hours.
Yeah.
It was a 6-hour round.
And yeah, I mean, I know there was an accident, but the people in front of us too were playing unbelievably slow.
Yeah.
It was a fun course. It added to the experience by the rain and the hail at one point. It added this thing of like, wow, I can't believe we did that. We played in that. We actually shot well. We were in the top 25 going in to day 2. Andrew saved a crazy amount of up and down, crazy chips for pars for us when I was completely out of the hole. I got really hot towards the end of the round and made some birdies for us to get us into like a scoring position at times.
Yeah. Agreed. I think the big thing too was when I lost my game and then I came back and birdied like the number 2 hole.
When you birdied
the number, like the second hardest hole or whatever.
18 in the hole for us that day was maybe one of my favorite golf shots I think I've ever seen you hit, and favorite moments of the year golf for me.
That's crazy.
Was watching you hit that iron shot, because I mean, to be honest, like there was flashes of your game, but it was mainly your short game.
Yeah.
And we went into the clubhouse with it was a 2 under hole for us. We were at 3 under and you brought us into 2 under because of that hole. We would have been 4 under because I think I tapped in a par regardless. So either way, it was a dub for us on that hole. but the fact that you were able to like
that was our goal too. We said we would love to get to 500 net. I don't know. I can't remember where we were on the front.
I think we were even or one under.
Yeah, not
it
much.
wasn't great the front for us. We ended up having some bad holes.
There was definitely more rain on the front 9 as well.
For sure. The back 9 stopped raining for a majority of it until maybe a couple spurts on the hole.
Yeah.
It just made everything more difficult. Clubbing up, playing no slope. The guys we were playing with too were getting a little sauced up and started getting chippy with their own teammate.
With us.
I mean, they're getting a little chippy with us, but they're just having fun joking a bit more. But still, it's fine with the jokes, but they were still just just constant jokes, trying to get laughs, and they fell apart. They didn't even show up on the second day. That's how bad they played. So that was a little tough to deal with, but we got through it, and I was hyped for us on day 1 to end at that. I ended up calling the rules official over, which was kind of fire.
That was really cool. Which is so sick because they announced at the beginning of the tournament, hey, got some rules officials, call into the clubhouse and say what hole you're on, and we'll come out and send someone. And that was massive. So go ahead and tell your experience.
Yeah,
here.
so I called in. So we were playing with these guys, and I don't really understand why they just agreed to this rule, but everything was playing a lateral hazard that tournament, which is great. A huge advantage for us because we can have a tendency to spray the ball. So if lateral hazards a play for us with our pops, like that's saving bogey net pars for us a lot of time. So, but the way they were playing it, which didn't make sense to me, was if you found your golf ball, then it was considered a lateral hazard. If you couldn't find your golf ball, it was considered OB. And it didn't truly hurt us at the end of the day. But it could have in the later rounds, maybe. And
I think it was like hole 8, right? Or wait, no, hole 9.
Hole 9. Finally, you were like gone, and it was a par 5, and it was a pop par 5. And I said, "Need my guy." Like I don't understand this rule because if you're playing hazard, you don't need to find your ball for it to be considered a hazard.
Right. You're not jumping in the lake to go find your golf ball. And when you said it like that, I'm like, that makes total sense.
Right. If it's a hazard or red stake, it's where the ball goes out, and you play it for where it goes out. And it's a stroke penalty drop, and you move on. So finally, they're like, the guy's like, no, you know. I'm like, okay, I'm calling the rules official because this is going to help you too. Like, if I'm right,
right,
like we're all winning here.
Mm-hmm.
So finally call a rules official over, and they're like, yeah, that's definitely what the rules say. Like, I don't see why that wouldn't be right. So that was cool.
It's just sick that you can call a rules official over. It's something you only see on TV, you know?
So that was cool, man. That was a fun thing to do. And day 2, I think we were both just fucking tired and sore. And to be honest, I don't think we did a great job at setting a goal for ourselves. I agree. I think we basically thought the round was over, which it was. We were never going to win. We'd had to shoot 15 under that day for us to have a chance.
Which is dummy hot.
Which is like not really doable. I mean, and especially in the rain with where our games were at, like it wasn't possible. We should have said, let's get into the top 10. We should have said, let's go 10 under. Let's get into whatever that is. Let's get into the top 10 or stay in the top 25. Like a tangible goal for us to grind for.
Yeah.
Because I think at some point in the round, we just kept having bad break after bad break. And normally when we play, we talked a bit after we had a sulking session in the car for a bit. We finally talked about it. And we basically said we have this thing in our competitive golf now, in our best ball, where someone saves a par or someone scores a birdie and we're not shooting great, and that like flips the switch for us and we start going. You kept having those moments for us, and it did not get us to a spot where we flipped over.
Yeah.
I wasn't hitting the ball well at all that day. Flashes of the game were there, flashes of it not. My putting wasn't very good.
Yeah, you struggled on the greens, on talent especially.
Yeah. I did fine for Greyhawk. I made some birdie putts, 5, 6 footers, 7 footers pretty often on Greyhawk, but I really struggled with the greens overall that weekend. Yeah. My putting was nowhere it usually is for us.
I mean, That's not to be like expected. It's a little bit of a bummer because it's a tough course. They house the NCAA championships for both men's and women's in 24 and in 22. So like this is not a scrub golf course.
Right. It's a tough track, man. And
so like we could have both not had our putters, honestly, because the greens were so tough, right?
You rolled the rock super well. You played very well that next day. I think your back started to hurt towards the end of the round.
Yeah, and it was also getting colder, windier, and started raining. And I'm just like, oh my God.
I think we were just beaten down by the end of it, man.
Yeah.
I don't think we had the strength to get us to a spot. We had a terrible, terrible break on the last hole. We were shooting 5 under, which would have kept us into the top 25. And I think we had just a terrible break of a hole.
It was like on hole 12 or 13.
Yeah, it was 12 or 13. I hit a cart path. I couldn't even tell you what happened from 12 till 17 on that par 3.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I lost. I didn't care anymore. I don't think.
Yeah.
I cared, but it was just like, bro, like I can't. I hit a driver hit the car path on the spot where the ball should have gone forward and somehow jumped left on us after everyone was like, the ball went forward. So I had to take a drop. Couldn't find you. You had to take a drop. You hit a 9-iron long. It's a perfect 9-iron. I hit a 9-iron perfect. It barely rolled off the back to a place that was impossible to chip. And it just became it was a triple bogey from us. At that point, it was...
both triple. Yeah, and luckily you popped, so we just had to take double, right?
Right. And then at that point, it was...
Mental was gone.
Because we thought at worst for me, if I hit the green bogey, then net par, still 5 under.
Sure, totally fine. Even like, even double there, or just like we just got 2 bad breaks in a row. I hit a 9-iron. I think we were like 160, 65.
In the cold, with the wind.
And I airmail it 20 over out of bounds. Like, I don't understand that. Like, so I lost 2 golf balls on one hole. And yeah, I agree. It should have been... It just felt like we were hitting the reset button every like 2 holes.
And the reset button was broken.
Yeah, it started malfunctioning.
It was smashed in after the first round, and you were just trying to like pop it back up. I think it's a great experience for us for like mental fatigue and what that can do to you on a golf round. I was like mentally drained for like a full day after that too. Because I think I also was like a little bummed we had to drive back home after the round. Because I was pretty tired, and I knew it was going to be a long-ass drive. So we ended up not even staying.
Your boy, me, passed out so hard for like 30 minutes on the car ride back.
It was so needed.
It's not like we weren't sleeping either. Like we were going and getting like 7 hours of sleep every night.
We were doing everything we could to like bring it home, but like a little disappointed overall in like the way we played. But overall tournament wise, like what a fucking unbelievable experience. 100% would do it again. 100% going to play in the classic qualifier again next year. In some dope ass course that we can't usually get on. That will pay, we get prior registration. So I think this year we're definitely going to run it. And if we're going to keep doing it, if we qualify and can't make the championship, then we just won't do the championship. But there'll be years we qualify and we'll run it again. It's just something I think we both enjoyed so much. It's a boys trip, and it could be 2 boys trips. It can be wifey trips. It can be more than just golf centric for us.
I agree. There was also quite a few people, spectators that is, walking, riding the course. Actually, I was very, very shocked about that.
Yeah. So inviting the wifeys, we don't have to make it as long. It doesn't have to be this huge like 5-day thing with a practice round. It can just be a lot more mellow. But man, I had a fucking blast with you.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go to war with you again.
That was war, bro.
I'm ready to go right back to fucking playing competitive golf. We actually are doing the San Juan Hills team play this year as well. We got you got invited, and I think you hit up Brian like, yo, let my boy join too, and
yeah,
we're both playing in it now. So
well, it was funny actually. I didn't even know that they had the team play, and I'm going to get my like driver fit or whatever, and he just out of nowhere is. I'm talking to him about golf. We're getting a little bit more into it. Yeah, and he's just I told him we're going to be out in Scottsdale. We're playing in the Barstool Invitational kind of a thing. And he's like, "You ever think about team play for San Juan Hills?" And I'm like, oh, that'd be sick, dude. Yeah, let's do it. I got a partner. Yeah. He's like, okay, it's kind of serious. I'm like, that's fine.
We play very serious golf.
That's fine. Well, yeah, serious enough, right?
I mean, we played more serious golf than I think most people have.
True.
More tournament plays than more than the average golfer.
Don't get me wrong. I love a casual round of golf, but tournament golf gets the juices going.
Tournament golf with the skins. Like I can't. Like the last time I was excited for a casual round of golf, like really juiced up for it, was Dove Canyon this past week.
Yeah, and I couldn't tell you the last time I've been more excited just to play a casual round.
It was
Couldn't tell you the last time,
which is a bummer, but it's true.
I always do like to go play.
I'm excited. I want to go out there. I want to play. But I don't have.
I'm looking forward to it. It's not like I'm jonesing for it.
Right. I was like thinking about it on Wednesday while I was at work. Like,
Same.
It was Friday night, and I'm like, bro, I cannot wait for tomorrow.
Yeah. I think it was really just basically because of the weather.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna be 70 and sunny. I can't wait to go play golf when it's not. And I got shit on by the course.
The course was ridiculously hard, man. You know, that's in the past, and we move on.
Oh well. Hey, you know what? We're probably gonna play in some SCGA tournaments this year as well. So we'll try to do some qualifiers on that, which could be fun.
For sure. And you just keep on moving, and you know our famous tagline, like you always leave the boys here, you know, and just keep swinging, right?
Keep swinging, baby. I think that's a great comment, subscribe, because we're the Cabbage and we're not going anywhere. And just a reminder, keep fucking swinging.